Peace. Coming right to the name of Lord Supreme. I want to be with you on today's Supreme Mathematics. Today is November 29th, 2020. It is approximately 3:45 p.m. I'm on my way to work right now. Just wanted to go over today's math and today's degree in 1 of 40. Dealing with today's Supreme Mathematics, which is wisdom born. We're dealing with two levels of how things are brought into existence. From the mental all the way down to the physical. Two ways things can be born as well, which is born alive or stillborn, which is born dead. Reason why is, let me give you the breakdown first about the stillborn, because I know a lot of individuals might not know what that is and what that consists of. So basically, before I get into today's degree, I'm just gonna break down what a stillborn is first. A stillborn is when you have a idea or a plan, right, that you want to put into fruition, or you want to bring out into fruition or to reality. However, that plan doesn't always go through fully. So what ends up happening is it becomes a vain idea. In other words, it's just an idea. It's not really something that's going to be coming through fruition. It's not going to be executed properly because it's a stillborn idea, meaning that the idea hasn't even, had a platform for it to take place or take off. Meaning that, if you don't take your thought process and really, draw up a full-fledged plan for your blueprint, then how do you plan on executing it the right way when your idea is not even foolproof? So, those can be stillborn ideas. An idea coming into fruition is working the plan, executing the plan, and seeing the results of it. And actually going full throttle with what you want to do and how you want to execute it. So, today's mathematics is basically saying there's work that needs to be done, because wisdom is the ability to activate your knowledge or to put your knowledge into motion. So that means that you have to work your plan, right? Now, here's something I want to let people know. If you don't plan your work, if you don't plan your work, you won't be able to work your plan. You understand what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is that if you don't really have a strategy, a tactic, a way on how this plan is going to come to life, that's what makes it a stillborn idea. It's an idea born dead, basically. All right? So, like I said, today's mathematics is wisdom born. That's 2 9s, which means there's two ways that life can be born, from the mental to the physical. They say that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred or transformed from one state to another. So that's today's mathematics, wisdom born. Also, wisdom born means word bond. Reason being is because if you telling somebody that, this plan is coming into life, or you about to make this happen, then you got to hold yourself accountable to what you're saying and what you're going to do. We can only look at you and say, oh, okay, well, if you're going to do it, then do it. If not, then I guess you ain't being accountable and responsible for what you say and do. If you ever look at how police officers read you the Miranda rights, right? They say you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you. Do you understand all of these rights that have been given to you? And you shake your head or you say, yes, I do. Then that means that they got to uphold their word, because if you do say anything against what you were supposed to say, you're going to be accounted for. All right? So today's degree in 1 of 40 to ask, why was Yakub so successful in all of his undertakings? Answer, because the people who are his followers obeyed Yakub regardless of what he told them to do. They did. If not, they paid with their lives for every law broken. Yakub did not build prison houses to imprison his people. When one fell victim of the law, the penalty was death, and it was enforced on every victim. So how does that apply to self? All right, well, the key element in here is being successful in your endeavors. All right, now I'm gonna break it down in two ways, and you'll be able to see what I'm saying. The first way is, let's deal with the idea of what Yakub wanted to be successful in when it came down to his undertakings. Now, when you look at the word undertaking, that means that signifies death. All right. When you look at an undertaker is a person that represents or symbolizes death. However, let's reverse the polarities of that lesson. It's tell us why is a lost 5% so successful in their understanding? Because we plan our approach, we map out our blueprint, we execute our plans, we show and prove, and we bring the reality to life. And as simple as plain as that. Another thing you got to understand is that being successful in your endeavors, it means that you have to plan all the way through. I'm gonna use a little correlation. Now, I know that a lot of individuals don't really take a liking to one of the books that Robert Greene had wrote a long time ago, which is called The 48 Laws of Power, right? And one of those laws, he says, plan all the way to the end. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, planning is what knowledge is. It's to develop a plan, blueprint, foundation, the base. You know what I'm saying? Where it all starts or originates from. The next step, which is wisdom, which is to be able to rightfully judge what steps to take and how to take those steps. Now, when you're dealing with born means to be complete or bring into existence, or it's a supreme resurrection from a state of mental death, meaning that something that could be lying dormant, if you properly add on to it, can awaken, pardon me. So, if you put your wisdom or your best foot forward and get the work done, you'll be able to be successful in all of your understanding. Now, Yakub says undertaking. We say understanding. Why? Because undertaking is death. Understanding is life. Understanding is the keys to life. Why? Because it starts with you. Not just because of the first letter of understanding, but it also starts with you and ends with you. All right? So, one thing for sure and two things for certain that you got to realize is that you have to make all of these lessons applicable to yourself. Now, how do I see it in regards to me? All right, well, let's use a right now example. Let's just say, for instance, instead of me having to go to work at 5 o'clock, I had to go to work at 4 o'clock, right? Now, let's say I didn't properly manage my time. I didn't properly manage my discipline, my control, my consistency, and how I'm supposed to prepare myself for work. So, let's say I get up at, instead of getting up at maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, I get up at 12 o'clock. So that means that I literally have a 3-hour window or a 2.5-hour window, and then I have to jump on this train that I'm catching all the way over there, which I'll lead you to and show you. I know you just see a lot of cats and everything. Yeah, they tore this down. This was a movie theater at one point. But due to COVID, they had to tear it down. So now they're making something better. Trust them with it, they are. Let's just say, for instance, instead of me waking up at 8, I wake up at 12. And I know I got to be work at 4 o'clock. Now, is that proper time management? No, that's not. Because the night before, I should have been able to plan out what time or set my alarm for an earlier time. Now, if I didn't set my alarm for an earlier time or didn't set my alarm at all, that accountability and responsibility is on me, because I have to now deal with the idea that I didn't properly plan things and properly execute my plan of approach on time or manage my risk. So what am I saying altogether? You can't put shit off that's very important. That's a priority in your life. The degree says Yakub did not build prison houses to imprison his people. When one fell victim of the law, the penalty was death and was enforced on every victim. Why? Because he wants the job to get done quickly, swiftly, and efficiently so he can see his creation at best. So what he told all his followers that, yo, listen, we on a zero tolerance type level. You don't get this job done, it's off with your head. Because if you look at the previous lesson, it says all that were not good at multiplying were sent back. Sent back where? Death, you know what I'm saying? Back to the island, back to the land in which they were, you know, coming from. Or just plain old, just off with your fucking head, man. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm gonna tell you guys is, it's a beautiful day today. And what I'm gonna tell you guys is, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. You know what I'm saying? Procrastination is the element and the key that causes you not to be successful in your endeavors. Procrastination is basically saying that your priorities are not important. When you procrastinate and you put things off, that delays your success. That is one of the elements in which can cause turmoil, turbulence, and chaos and confusion in your life, because you don't have a proper plan of approach on how to execute, you know, how to execute the plan that you have in mind. Yakub had a plan already. He had a determined idea. He followed the process. He made sure that the time that he did it in was in a timely fashion. You know, he had everything mapped out, how he was going to do it, who he told his people. What did he tell his people? Why did he tell his people? What did he tell his people what was going to happen? How it was going to happen and how it's going to take place. And when it took place, they seen the physical manifestation of what? The devil. So how can you be successful in your understanding and born God? Teaching. Teach 9. That's wisdom born. That's 2 and 9. Teach 9. Wisdom is to teach, to show, to instruct, to guide, to execute. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, my word for anybody out there on this YouTube channel is, do not procrastinate your success. Do not put your success off. Do not hold off until the last minute then you want to get things done. Because I'm pretty sure that a lot of us had did that in our lives, and we paid for every law that was broken within that realm. Why am I saying that? Because how do you expect to be successful in your understanding if you don't have a plan and you don't have a way to execute it? How can that be brought into fruition? You're not going to be able to have a foolproof plan. That's why the plan that you might execute can be a stillborn plan, meaning it could be dead on arrival, which means nothing is happening. You didn't see no results. You didn't see nothing happen. You're wondering why. Well, damn, man, you know, I had a plan and it didn't go through because you didn't plan all the way. Yakub planned all the way, or in the Bible, Jacob, okay? And here's a jewel and a nugget for you guys. The previous lesson, which was what was Yakub's first rules and regulations, including all laws to be enforced while manufacturing the devil. That's one of the longest degrees in 120, all right? But what I'm going to tell you is, go to Genesis, now I want to say is chapter 28, and read the story of Jacob and the speckled sheep. And use understanding to be successful in your endeavors. So that way you could break down that degree, or if you on that lesson, and compare it or correlate it with that story in the Bible. You'll exactly see what I'm talking about. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But like I said, I I'm on my way to work right now, headed to the train station. Just wanted to build with you guys. I know it was pretty long. Apologize for that. But I just wanted to give you guys a clear understanding of what to do when it comes down to your plan of execution. You have to plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you don't work your plan won't work. Simple as that. With that being said, you guys take it easy. You have a blessed day. Any questions, comments, or concerns, please write it in the comment below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns in regards to outside of the YouTube channel, you can hit me, Scientific Intelligence on Facebook, SCIENTIFIC, Intelligence, INTELLIGENCE, okay? Instagram, Lord Supreme 27, Twitter, Scientific Intel, and even if Snapchat, Lord Supreme 72. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all of these links in the description below, so that way you could be able to have them, have access to them, so that way you could get access to where I'm at and, you know, my social media platforms that I'm on, you know, in case if you guys have questions and concerns in regards to the Lost 5% Nation, questions about the lessons, or whatever case may be. Also, I did do years ago a video on newborns coming into a Lost 5% Nation. Now, if you guys want, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to link that in the description and below, and I'm gonna give you the connection on why I'm saying that in regards to being successful in your understanding. All right, so I trust and know that this video was very helpful, beneficial, and clear. If there's something that wasn't clear or that you need some clarification on, like I said, feel free to ask me, inbox me, or hit me on one of my social media platforms. And I'll get back to you in a timely fashion. Just let me know who you are, and we can go from there. All right? Y'all take it easy, and you have a blessed day. Peace.